The Secret Garden of Ember Hollow. Once upon a time, in the sleepy village of Windmere, nestled between ancient forests and crumbling stone cottages, lived a girl named Alara. She was 12 years old, with tangled auburn hair and a curious heart that was always 2 steps ahead of her feet. She lived with her grandmother, a quiet woman who made wildflower tea and spoke often of the days when the world held more mystery. Alara's favorite place was the edge of the forest, where a black iron fence wrapped around the overgrown remains of Ember Hollow Manor. The manor had burned down decades ago, but the fence remained twisted and tall, with ivy curling over its bars. The villagers called it cursed, whispering stories of strange lights and ghostly laughter. But Alara only felt a pull, as though something inside was waiting. One misty morning, as the dew clung to every leaf like a secret, Alara found it. A key. It lay half buried in the soil near the fence, its bronze glinting faintly beneath a tangle of moss. She picked it up, heart thudding, and examined it. Ornate and heavy, it had the symbol of a rose etched into the head. She stared at the gate. Her fingers, almost without thinking, reached out. The key turned with a soft click. The gate creaked open. Beyond it lay a tangle of trees, vines, and stone paths swallowed by time. But as she stepped through, the air changed. It smelled sweeter like honeysuckle and old magic. Birds that didn't exist in any field guide flitted past her, and the ruins of Ember Hollow Manor, once choked by ash and ivy, had vanished. In its place stood something impossibly alive. A garden. It bloomed in impossible color silver roses, midnight blue tulips, trees that shimmered with golden fruit. Waterfalls trickled from nowhere, flowing into pools as smooth as mirrors. Alara stepped carefully, sensing the garden was awake, aware. In the center was a sundial, carved with runes. When she touched it, the garden whispered her name. That day, she stayed until the sun tilted low, and reluctantly left, promising to return. And she did. Every day, learning that the garden was more than beautiful. It was ancient, living. It remembered stories. When she read from her grandmother's old books beneath its boughs, the garden seemed to listen. Flowers bent toward her voice. Sometimes, it even answered with petals rearranging into words or dreams that revealed secrets while she slept. But she wasn't alone. A boy appeared one day, watching from the shadows. His name was Ash, and he said he had lived in the garden long ago before the fire, before the forgetting. He was not quite ghost, not quite human. The garden had kept him, and now it had called her. Alara, he said one day as they stood by the sundial, this place chose you. It needs a keeper, someone to remember. And Alara, heart full of wonder and grief she didn't fully understand, agreed. So the girl stayed, behind the black iron gate. If you listen closely, the gardens still whisper her name.